Welcome, everybody, to the second hour of MindShifters Radio. Today is Friday, September the 8th, 2023, and our call-in number is 563-999-3581, and press 1, and that puts you into queue to talk to us, and we would love to hear your comments and questions, because that makes this your show. And Michael and I are going to leave in the morning and go on a vacation, so we're playing pre-recorded shows all next week. We're just going to spend time with Michael J. and Jamie and Kaylee Joe and relax on the beach. So if you have questions, today is your day to ask those questions. Otherwise, it will be a week before we will be here for call-ins. So we would love to hear from you. So dial that number and press 1. I'll give Michael just a moment to dial in, and it was really kind of sweet. Aria had half a day today, and her mom and dad picked her up from school, and they were going to go have lunch together, and then the girls were getting their nails done. They were going to spend the evening together. Gabby actually leaves on a business trip, so Ryan will take care of Aria all next week while we are gone and while her mom's gone. So they're going to have an exciting week, and it was really kind of cute. She had a busted lip, and we were like, what happened? And she said, well, this morning before I went to school, I was so full of emotion to slam the door, and Daddy put his hand out to stop me from slamming the door, and the doorknob came back and hit me in the mouth. And so we had a conversation about, you know, that's when you talk about things when you're full of emotions, and instead of running off and letting it run you. And so we were discussing that with her in front of her mom and dad. But it was really cute. She was just like, I was so full of emotion. So she wasn't real sure how to describe what she was feeling, but she knew she was full of emotions. And welcome, Michael.
Everybody, and I have got Nene hopefully on the line. Did we do that successfully today, Nene?
Yes, immediately.
It's a miracle. All right. So for those who don't know Nene is a young lady in Miami who has been teaching our work for, gee, I'm not even sure how many years ago you did teacher training now. It's several.
12 years now.
12 years, wow, time flies. Has been teaching in the Spanish community. And she's been doing a forgiveness meditation in Spanish for some time. And we talked about this on the radio show back a few weeks ago. And so upcoming is she's going to do a similar meditation, only do it in English this time. So we want to let everybody know. So Nene, tell us all about it.
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Here, Nene Ortega. And I'm very pleased and very happy to invite you all to participate in a free meditation. It's guided meditation. It's free via Zoom, and it's called Sabak Functional Meditation, Sabak FM. It's a hybrid that I've created, and I started in Spanish, and then I added first of all, a guided breathing exercise to bring you into the meditation state. And then we do the Shabak process, which is canceling the goal, observing your feelings, and then we invoke Rucha Dakusha to remove and forgive all those energies that throw us from being a human being. And then finally we set a goal. Because it's, people come from different parts of the world, and everybody has different goals. We start with general goals. We cancel, I cancel my goal to be accepted, or to be more loving, or to be a better listener. Some goals that everybody, it's good to work on. And then during the process, before we start the process, I ask if somebody has a very specific goal that would like to clear and work on it, and then they write it on the chat. and then I include it there. It takes about 45 minutes, the whole process. And it's going to be next Tuesday, September the 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern Daytime. That's Miami time. Miami, Caracas, Venezuela as well, the same time. And so you're all invited.
And Nene, if you will email me the Zoom link, then I will put that in the notes for today.
Yes, I will. I will email you, and also I'm going to send it via WhatsApp, so you have it in the WhatsApp. And for the codes, the ID meeting, and the password.
That'd be awesome. Michael, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
I guess I should hit my mute button. So if someone wants to get directly to you and get a Zoom link for the meditation, how would they reach you? How would they get it, Nene?
I can give you my phone number, which it's a WhatsApp, and then I can send it. It's 954-607-9539. 954-607-9539.
So if they just send you a text to that number, they'll send you the link. Sure.
Yes, either text or WhatsApp.
She's going to send me the link, and I'm going to post it in today's notes as well.
Right.
Yes,
awesome.
as well. Yes.
So lots of different ways to connect.
Yes, yeah, it's very, very nice. I've been doing it almost 2 years, and I have people from different, like Panama, and ladies and gentlemen as well, and a couple of them, like the panic attacks really declined. Really, they were able to have that benefit. The anxiety and the anger. Those are the main feedback that I receive from people that come. So I'm going to be doing the Shabbat functional meditation in English once a month. It's going to be the second Tuesday for the rest of the year. Second Tuesday in September, second Tuesday in October, November, and December.
Fabulous.
Yeah, and again, it's free.
Awesome. Now, do people have an opportunity to donate if they choose to?
They choose, yes, they will.
Okay, cool.
They choose. I thank you so much for this opportunity, and I love the Shabbat, and I love the Aramaic teachings. Thank you very much.
Fabulous. And just a reminder, if anybody wants to do the meditation in Spanish, how often do you do that? And when?
It's twice a month. The next one is Saturday, September the 16th. So the second and the fourth Saturday of every month in Spanish, but it's earlier. It's at 12:30 p.m.
And is it the same link?
No, it's different.
Different Zoom link? Okay.
Yeah, but you can text me the same. It's the same my same phone number, and I'll text you the link.
Awesome. All right, young lady, appreciate it.
Yes, thank you very much. Well, you have a wonderful weekend.
Jeannie, did you have a thought for Nene?
No. She's going to send me the Zoom link, and I'm going to put it on the website.
Cool.
Yes. But, Michael, I did send you the flyer, the poster. It's in your text. And check your WhatsApp.
Okay.
It's there.
Awesome.
And I'll send you the link this afternoon.
All right. Take care.
Thank you, Hug. Bye.
All right. Bye. Bye-bye. All right. And for anybody who's not familiar with the Aramaic Shabbat, or is the word that the Greeks translated as forgive, and gave the meaning of pardoning for forgiveness. But in the Aramaic, the word actually means to cancel. So that's why the meditation is focused around isolating, identifying, and then canceling goals. So entering into a forgiveness meditation. Great idea, Nene. Sweet.
And we have a hand up.
Awesome. Let's say hello to our caller.
It is Mr. Terry, 336. You're on the air.
Hey, folks. How are you?
Hey, welcome, young man. Good to hear your voice. I've been trying to reach you for a couple of days.
I know, and then I tried to call you, and I was like, oh, it's radio show time. I thought,
There you go.
I know I can catch him there. So I'd love to see you guys tomorrow. You can send me info on that, using this as a format to relay my message to. But that would be really, really nice. So we can talk about that at the show. And then
yeah, I'll call you right after the show.
Yeah, and so what was exciting, though, it's like, okay, even though I called in just to make that connection, then you have, what was the lady's name that does the Spanish meditation?
Nene.
Nene?
Mm-hmm. N-E-N-E.
N-E-N-E. Nene.
Uh-huh.
Okay, great. That's pretty exciting to me because in the construction industry, especially around this area of North Carolina, and I didn't catch where she was at, but that's kind of
She's in Florida.
Florida. Okay, well, great. I get the opportunity to work with a lot of the Hispanic people, and just,
right.
You know, it's been frustrating to me not to be able to help them more. You know, it's brought up some frustration for me, and I felt frustration around it. And I've even reached out to a couple of different translator people, but that's all kind of problematic, and I only got so much space and time in a day. But this is a very exciting resource for me to have, so I look forward to getting that link. And the opportunities there are fantastic. There's a lot of...
Nene, are you still on the line? Nene, are you still on the line? No, I guess she dropped off.
I had to dial back
see if I can
in
get her
at
back
post.
on.
Oh, you mean Nene?
Nene, yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, Terry. I'm going to see if I can get Nene back on again.
Sure.
She can't dial in, so he has to conference her in. So
well, if she's interested, you can certainly share my contact information with her, you know.
Awesome. Okay. He's trying to get her back on. Awesome.
Oh, okay.
So while we're waiting on him to see if he gets her, as far as tomorrow, we'll just, is Greensboro probably a good place to meet for lunch?
Yeah, I got a lot of flexibility, and that's a great area. I don't know what your route is. As far as coming through Greensboro, where do you turn off? You probably hit 421, maybe. I don't know.
Let's see. It looks like we can go through. Looks like we go a little bit south or on 74.
Uh-huh.
But we can come up if it's better to come up through 40.
No,
and I'm back.
Oh, okay. 74 goes
I'm back
over
with Nene.
Oh,
and I just thought it would be useful to for you guys to connect on the show so that anybody else that's listening, it might stir some ideas as to ways we can put these tools into more people's hands. So maybe Nene can say a little bit more about what she's been doing over the last 12 years around the work, and that might be an inspiration, Terry, for you, and who knows what conversations will open for anybody else.
Absolutely.
I know one of my favorite memories about the Spanish language is that about 10 years ago we were in Miami and we did a workshop, and half of the audience spoke Spanish and half of the audience spoke English. And we had two boards set up, and I would teach the workshop in English, and then Nene taught the workshop in Spanish. And that was pretty cool.
Yes, it was great. No? Very much so. Very engaging, very magical.
So what Terry had just shared, Nene, is that he's a contractor in North Carolina and has a lot of workers that he works with that are Spanish that don't have resources. So he was excited about how what you're doing might be able to be a resource for the people that he's working with. And Terry, why don't you go ahead and say more about what's on your mind there?
Oh, wonderful.
Well, yeah,
Hi.
as a contractor here, hi, Danae. I'm sorry. Still there?
Okay,
Yeah,
yes.
we're here. Go ahead.
Okay. First, I want to say hello, Nene, and it's nice to hear what you're doing. And as a contractor in the construction industry here, the Hispanic population has become more and more important, and some of my best people have come from the Hispanic background. And the community here is just growing and growing, and part of my frustration has been the language barrier that comes up, sharing bits and pieces and not having a good resource to share with the folks. I even use outside interpreters occasionally just for work stuff, and that's been kind of hit or miss. So the opportunity to share this and have something that would create a deeper common bond with this richer base, the richness of the wagon work, it just seemed like it was the perfect thing.
Yes, fantastic. I created Shabbat functional meditation after COVID, because I used to have my workshops live in a friend's house, or when I went to Venezuela in a dance studio, and I did, the teaching and also the breathing, the MindShifters and all that. And then after the COVID, we all were online a lot, and I said, well, I can have a meditation in Spanish. And I started little by little combining Yoga Nidra, which is a body scan, plus a meditation, plus the Shabbat. It's very important that you cancel the goal so you can really delete from the unconscious function. So it's been growing, and it's very helpful because, as I said, we all have certain goals in common about life, being accepted, or feeling your own worth, or being more kind in your family, or deleting your anger, being more mindful. So that's how I've done the meditation. We start, and people connect from different parts of the world. I talk a little bit about Shabbat and the Aramaic process. So I spend more of the time in the meditation. So I just speak about 8 minutes. And then I ask people if you have special goal, special challenge that you would like to clear, that would like to forgive, energies from that associated with that goal. So people write me in the chat box, and then I include that in the. It's like doing a worksheet, but in a guided meditation. It's very powerful, very, very. And so I do it every other, the second and the fourth Saturday of every month. It's at 12:30 Eastern Day time. And as I said before, it's about 45 minutes. Then after that, some people want to have it private. I have the worksheets, and we do it privately via Zoom. And people recommend to others. And for me, it's just fantastic. It's a continuous cleansing your system.
Michael, I think you're talking, but I can't hear you.
Yes.
I was just going to say that's pretty sweet, and perhaps you could tie in that Spanish meditation with your support group there, with your Spanish community. That'd be pretty awesome.
Exactly, and I can customize. If, for instance, an evening is better for you, we can do, like a once a month special. I could tailor that for you if you want. You have my number. You can ask Michael for my number, and we can talk more if you want.
I appreciate that offer and the opportunity. And there's folks every day. I met some new folks yesterday. I'm sure I'll meet some today that are potentials in us helping them to live a better life. I think that's the bottom line.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what develops. Who knows?
Yes. Yes. I may travel there one day and do a MindShifters and a breathing session. Why not? A weekend.
There you go. Hey, that'd be awesome.
Again in Spanish. Yeah.
Yes, that'd be fabulous. Cool. Well, who knows, Nene? We may be able to say we knew you when. And get you flying all over the globe with it.
Yes. Amen. Amen. Amen.
You're ready. Okay.
I'm ready, yes.
All right. Well, any other thoughts for you, Terry?
Well, I've been, I listen to other about personal development and this and that. And there's one writer in Spain that says you have to write or do things that really that you do something with it. And for me, ever since I discovered the Aramaic teachings, that was in January 2011, and I put in practice, because you have to do practice, it has meant a lot for me, for my family, just being able to know your energies and then you can remove them, and you create a different life. You do, even in the worst moments. The more challenge. You have that Shabbat, and then, sometimes I drive and invoke Ruha de Kusha, and it's a moment so intimate, so powerful, and that's what I decided to say, you know what, I can do this in Spanish for free, and to communicate in a deeper level, soul level, with so many people that we're in the same soup. Quantum soup, and it's fantastic.
Michael, you're muted.
Nene was actually on the show about 2 weeks ago, Terry, to celebrate her 5,000th worksheet. She'd been tracking numbers since she started doing worksheets 12 years ago and hit 5,000 just recently. So she's well acquainted with the forgiveness process.
That is fantastic. That's really fantastic.
It is.
And, I remember I didn't keep all mine, track them all and all, but I kept a running count. And I remember when I crossed that threshold, and that was like, wow, this isn't sit back and absorb that. That's really good. So I'm so honored and privileged to have a partner out there that's crossed that milestone. And we're going to encourage Dan to come on across, and I'm sure there's a lot more out there that are in the club that I don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right, well, we'll make sure you each have each other's phone numbers and contact information, and it'll be fun to hear reports on what unfolds and what happens and whose lives are impacted.
Fantastic. I think it's, yes. Okay.
And we'll invite everybody who's listening to get on board with, you don't have to be a master at doing this work in order to facilitate the worksheet process. Susan that calls in, she has a regular weekly group that she does every Wednesday on Zoom. And Zoom is free these days. You can download it. You can even just do it from your phone. So anybody that wants to, if you want to learn this work, teach this work. There's where the real key is. And so if you want to really integrate forgiveness into your life and the forgiveness process, inspire somebody, support somebody in doing it. And whether it's one person, 2, 10, or 100, what you'll find is as you begin to teach it, everything that you need to deal with will start to come up for you, and you'll get to accelerate your healing process. So Just an invitation to everybody who's listening. And if each person, if each one that we added to the roster just taught one, and then one by one, it wouldn't be long before the whole planet would have at least the understanding that forgiveness is not about letting somebody else off the hook, that it's an internal process, and it's really very simple to do. So each one teach one.
Yes.
Cool. All right, Nene, thank you. Appreciate you. Any other thoughts for you before you go?
Well, in this world, frantic world, that there's so much stimulus and so much goals and stress and all that, the Shabbat functional meditation, it's the way to give yourself some time, quality time, and do something for yourself and be ready, recharge your energies to continue. And it does affect you, your work, your family, your health. It has an impact everything because it's all energy.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And
Ciao.
Mr. Terry, any other thoughts for you, sir? Anything we can support you in? And I'll call you after the show. We'll make arrangements to connect for lunch tomorrow.
No, you're doing a fantastic job. I appreciate the call. Well, I'm going to continue listening, but I have to engage and head over to a project. But I'm going to be listening, so jump in there and stir up some stuff.
All right, sir. Blessings. Appreciate you. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Yes, you
okay.
too.
Bye-bye.
Ciao. Gracias.
Ciao. Gracias. Mucho gusto. All right, Miss Jeannie, do we have anybody else proffering anything in the chat room or anybody in the phone queue with a hand up? If you're out there in listener land and you're on one of those stations where we can't see you in our control panel, you can't talk to us unless you call in on the phone line directly, and the call-in number is 563-999-3581. We invite you to put that number in your phone, save it, put an alarm in your phone to remind you about the radio show. So if you're out there in listener land, give us a call, and if we can support you, push 1. Let's have a conversation. Where are you at in your forgiveness work? What questions are coming up for you? What support do you need? What would you like to see us do in the way of additional support that maybe we're not doing now? If you've got an idea that we could incorporate. So if you're out there, give us a call. Let's have a conversation about it. So, Miss Junie, what do you think?
Well, I was just going to say, even though we are leaving tomorrow to go on vacation and we're doing pre-recorded shows all next week, that next Saturday, not tomorrow, but next Saturday, the 16th, we will still be doing the Still Point Breathing. I'll be driving. Michael will be on the Zoom in the car. And so if you're participating in that, we are going to be there, so definitely come on in. I did send an email out to everybody who had signed up for it already. And so if you're interested, contact me at Jeanie, Jeanie, at whyagain.org, or call Michael and get registered. And we do have a hand that just went up.
Cool. Let's go for it.
864, Mr. Joe. Hi.
Hey, what's happening there? The Ryces, Doctor and Jeannie. What's the skinny?
We're rocking on. I don't know if you're close enough. I'm not remembering exactly where you are, but when I call Terry and find out where we're going to meet for lunch, I'll put that information in your hands, and maybe you can come join us for lunch too. It'd be cool for you and Terry to connect. I don't know just how far, what the distance is, how far you are away from each other, but that would be interesting. No, he's in North Carolina.
Huh?
He's in Greensboro, yeah.
Oh, Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yeah. Now you're on the South Carolina side, but I don't know how far it is from where you are.
Yeah, I mean, let me know what I just jumped on. You're going next week up that way, or what do you?
Oh, okay. Yeah. How far are you? Do you know from Graham? He's actually in Graham now, Jeannie. How far are you from Graham, North Carolina? Do you know?
It's got to be not off the top of my head. I mean, It's 2 hours,
well, anyway,
maybe, I would imagine.
We've got a timeshare next week, and Michael J. is coming in with his wife, Jamie, and our new granddaughter, who is going to be celebrating her first birthday with us. And so we're going to be driving to Myrtle Beach, and we're going to stop and have lunch with Terry along the way. And if you're close enough, maybe you could join us. That'd be fabulous. I don't know, maybe do a quick look at where Graham is. I don't know exactly where we're going to meet yet.
Right.
Terry and I were talking about that, and it'll probably be somewhere in Greensboro.
Okay.
So are you close to Greensboro, where you're located?
I would say, I'm close to Charlotte. I know that much. I don't know if that geographically. I didn't grow up around here, so when I don't have that sense of logistics and how far things are and so forth. But
okay.
Well, take a look.
What town is it that you're in?
I'm in Greenville, South Carolina.
Greenville, South Carolina. Anyway, what's on your mind?
Really just the, I guess in terms of the work is just reminding myself of the collapse or the, of course, now I can't think of the word, but I do love that, the idea of forgiveness and the collapsing of the goal. Yeah. Having a goal and then saying, okay, it's not working, or there's some kind of a tweak to it that's not acceptable or doesn't feel right, so allow it to collapse, ask for help, and move on. That's really, I mean, the interesting thing is, as I'm discussing or having a conversation with Susan, my significant other, and something gets said by her that cringes. I get this cringe of, what's the right word? Like, it's just this like ouch, cringe feeling of why would you say something like that? And to me, the interpretation becomes, oh, that's sarcasm. And I don't, sarcasm it just doesn't have the creativity of good or any humor. It's just got this edge to it that, sure, it's can laugh it off and so forth. But I don't know. It's just I think sometimes it's, or I guess really what it revolves around, Michael, is that there's sometimes when I get that twinge or cringe of some type of pain or or I feel attacked, that it's just another opportunity for me to be quiet, breathe, understand that it's just that. It's just a thought. It doesn't have to, don't. Really, the most important thing is is not to engage. That's what seems to be, just to pause and, okay.
Take a breath.
I've seen this.
Pause and take a breath.
Yeah. Be with it.
Well, it's interesting. Well, two things. I just did a quick search, and it's about 190 miles, so it might be a little bunch for lunch tomorrow, but you'd certainly be welcome if you chose to. Yeah. And, the root of the word sarcasm means to tear flesh.
Right,
and
I remember that.
I came up in a family system where sarcasm was a way of life. That was just, I had some uncles on my mom's side that if they didn't use sarcasm, they'd have never spoken to each other. That was just like the modus operandi of especially the males in that family. And of course, so I was brought up with that, and it was always thought to be smart. Whoever could come up with the fastest cutting remark kind of got the applause. And then when I started to do this work and started to look into it, what became really apparent to me is that sarcasm is our culture's socially acceptable way of expressing otherwise unexpressible rage.
Yeah.
And once people start to look at that as the dynamic underneath sarcasm, it's a monumental opportunity to heal.
Yeah, it is. It really, I mean, and yeah, especially, and if your partner, you know, for me right now, my partner is you know, I'd spend some time with her family, and it's this idea of that how clever can your sarcasm be? How biting or
exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, how biting or just how cruel and or in the same moment this cruel silliness. Like, you know, I'm joking, but I'm sticking this dagger into you, and it's just that hurts you. Like, well, yeah, and you're asking me that question because you know it did. It hurt you. You're the one that got whacked first with it. You know, it's that. I guess that point of when someone turns and says, "That hurt," or "I'm sorry," or "Did that hurt you?" And it's like, well, I mean, it wasn't. It to me, it's this lack of creativity in humor, and if that's the best you can do, well, it's okay. You know, I don't find it to be the most creative, the most funny. You know, just
the culture admires it. It's like, oh yeah, you came up with the deepest cutting remark the fastest. You win. And it's like, thanks, but make mine vanilla. You know, like
yeah.
That was my upbringing. I didn't know any better. You know, that was what the game was made of. So
yeah, I just the other thing is what was I going to say? Just the participation, I guess, in that, and the fortitude. There is a certain amount of fortitude or willingness to be in it and not participate, and to you know, you see the arrow and you just dodge it. And I know that it's almost like, you know, you'll hear it on TV that people were dodging bullets. You know, it's like, how insane is that? Nobody's going to dodge a bullet. You know, it's moving so quickly. It's just turn a phrase or whatever you want to say, and I don't know why there's this, you know, trivialization of language. You know, this is what you're saying is important, and it just gets trivialized. That, oh, you know, suck it up. What's the matter with you? You know, this is how we do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's most of the culture. No, you're there. You're there.
Anyway,
that's most of the culture, unfortunately, and you know, most of the culture is based in lies. Just, you know,
just
day to day. You know, nobody says what they really mean, or rarely. And when you start to tell the truth, it's a wake up call. And when you start to be willing to hear the truth.
The other thing is talking about others. You know, this, you know, so-and-so's this way or that way, and
gossip.
How about if we talk about me, or how about if we talk about you, and how are you, and what's coming up for you, that kind of thing. Oh no, let's talk about, you know, my sister or my brother or whatever. This, you know, this is what's going on there. Oh, okay, well, yeah, oh, that's what's going on for them. What's going on? You know, how does that relate to what you're going through, you're dealing with? You know. You can really, it's another one of those times where it's like the descriptions or the things that you hear other people talking about others. You can, I can see what's going on for you. Is this your experience with that? You know, it's just, I don't know.
I think a gentle way to introduce the idea of thanks, but let's pass on the gossip can be, well, if we're going to talk about them, why don't we invite them to join the conversation? Otherwise, it's gossip.
Yeah, that's powerful.
And,
I like that.
And just, just as simple. And I'd rather have them be part of the conversation so that we can all be clear and communicate. We've got a commitment, lovingly, gently, and respectfully.
Mm.
And people who have a lifelong experience of communicating through negative interaction, it's a big deal to give that up.
Yeah.
It's like,
and it's competitive. Too. It's just.
It's like being invited to the front of the class when you're right-handed and being asked to write with your left hand. It's the change is that big. It's like awkward. It's and of course being uncomfortable. Many people don't want to go there, and when you invite them to, they have to do some adjusting. But it sure makes for a different kind of interaction.
Yeah. The other thing too is I might share too much. It's almost, I don't, not with you or Jeannie and the work that you guys that we do together. It's more of sometimes I find myself, Joe, whoa, why are you sharing this with someone? And I don't know that there has to be certain measures of who and what you're sharing, or who and what you're, whether it's, I don't know, just this aspect of, wait a minute, or it has to be considered the person that I'm sharing with and talking to about something. Are they, I don't know, I don't think there has to be any kind of a judgment made, but there's this notion of fruitlessness in the sharing and or just coming up with some kind of the fruit becomes some drama when the intention was not that at all. It was just expressing myself in a certain manner that turned in for the other person, the listener, to come up with their own conclusion, where I was just unloading. It's almost like any therapy for me is just, it's helpful because I've unloaded the information or the thoughts. I don't know what that does. Something
it's interesting. In the Aramaic, what people call the Lord's Prayer, not a prayer at all, but that's a whole different conversation. But there's one line that can be properly translated as, free me from or get me out of my habit mind. And when you ask somebody to step out of their habit mind and actually have to start to become conscious and think and originate new ways of being, it can be uncomfortable. So, if you can be prepared to be the space, just hold the space to support somebody going through that discomfort, or they may have to process their discomfort. They may need the space to express, and it's like, well, gee, if I'm not doing this, I don't know what else to do. Well, let's get creative.
Right.
So there might be some hand-holding and some guidance needed when you ask somebody to give up their habitual unconscious ways. And from what I understand, your young lady is, really has done some serious work. So I'd support you going for it.
Yeah, we had her birthday was Wednesday, and I said,
so we spend a happy eternal day.
Yeah, I said, we woke up. I said, would you like your first gift? And she said, yes. And I said, I give you silence. Oh, it was a big hit, Mike. Jeannie, big hit. So she's been employing, shall we say, or using the gift of silence that I gave her. It's like, okay, because we were making dinner last night, and I thought, well, I'll get some music going. No, just silence. Silence is good. And I'll let you in on a secret, okay? You ready?
Tell us.
Oh yeah. Well, it didn't cost me a thing just to be silent.
Except becoming conscious of your own thoughts, right?
Amen, amen, amen. Oh, it's good stuff. Anyway, that's all I had. What do we got? Weekend's coming up. You guys you going to the beach, huh?
We're going to the beach for a week. Next week, Gene's picked out a bunch of some of our best shows over the last 12 years, so it'll be a treat for everybody to get those, tweaked shows, and so hope everybody enjoys that. And if seeing as how you won't be able to call in because it'll be pre-recorded. If you have questions from those shows, it'd be awesome if you make a note and then call in next week and let's converse about whatever those things are.
Outstanding. Yeah.
Cool. In your field?
Outstanding. That's right. And I will add that, and I'll make a note for Jeannie. I'll send her a note that, I was not introduced today. It concerns me that when I come on your show, I want my introduction.
Well, you slipped in so fast, and it was so smooth that I didn't want to interrupt you.
Excuses, Doctor. Excuses. Nobody loves you guys more. I'll talk to you later.
All right, blessings, friend. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. And I'm not sure if Terry's hand went back up or not. He shifted in position on the switchboard, so he may have hit it again. Terry, you're back on.
Hey, Terry,
Hello.
Did you have another thought for us, sir?
Oh, yeah. Anytime. It always just starts opening the files, and the biggest one is like, wow, what a blessing my life received, and that all the workshops I was able to participate in, and the 2 years at Heartland. Oh, that's just so big. And at the time, and things like that, I'm not always aware of the magnitude of that. But in your lifetime, you only have so many, years and months and weeks that are going to unfold like that here. And to have that happen and to be a participant in it changed everything, okay? And your body of work is so vast and comprehensive that without that time, there's no way to touch into it and start to understand it. So as you guys were sharing, what came up for me was regulatory speech and all the work around that, and the whole Laws of Living workshop, and how powerful that was in helping me to become aware of my own participation in all these dialogues, events, and conversations. And I really got a grasp on it, because last night a fellow came up to me, one of the guys, a sponsor, him and his wife had a thing, and it came around to some sarcasm was a big part of their dynamic, and I was like, well, I know this fella has done a lot of work around it, and he's first one to introduce me to the concept definition of tearing the flesh, and that really anchored in a new meaning for me of the whole sarcasm thing. So I became more acutely aware of sarcasm, and in doing the verbal links and all the other worksheets and stuff that come up, what I realized just now, the last bit here, is not only that, I started experiencing less and less of that as I cleaned it up in me. I don't attract it. It's there it is again, the law of resonance. There's a decidedness, and I can remember some individuals that were very, very heavily charged with sarcasm and this, that, and the other, and like, oh, okay. And every time I would get triggered, and of course I would respond in some way that was less than loving, and then have my opportunity. But I guess I'm tooting my own horn a little bit, but wow, I see noticeably now, so over this long period of time, that less and less of that has been attracted into my life, and that I can share from a place of, there's something you can do about that, if you're willing. But it takes us it takes me a lot of work and a lot of effort, continued and all. But I wanted to tie that in, so if anybody's struggling or working or attracting that kind of stuff, might be a good time to look at Lost Living, or a good time to start doing some one-on-one coaching work with somebody and dig in there and clean that stuff out.
Terry, I believe that
Yeah.
it was you that said something about doing worksheets until you want to do the worksheets or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. That was from my AA training. Keep going to meetings until you want to go. It's like, oh, what a novel idea. And it worked. And so I've applied that on out. Oh, I keep doing the worksheets until I want to do worksheets. Yes. And it doesn't mean that I'm permanently going to want to do worksheets, because I'm going to come up against a big R time and time again. But I have a little reminder. Oh, well, let's see if we just keep doing them until I want to do them. And it's almost like a little bit of a joke with myself, but it works.
Yeah, I was working
It's a
with
good one.
somebody.
I love it.
Yeah, I was working with somebody earlier this week, and they're actually also in AA, so I think that they will get it. But it was like, these worksheets are so hard. It's like, well, that's one way you could look at it, but...
I think that's such a powerful thought that your sponsor gave you when you asked, how long do I need to go to meetings? That's just, and it applies perfectly with doing one's work. How long do I need to do it? Do it till you want to do it, and then you'll do it, which means you're going to do it your whole life long. Now, I personally feel blessed. Yeah, that's it exactly. And I feel blessed in that I chose to teach this work as a full-time occupation, so it's kept me involved, because I realized that I probably wouldn't have stayed involved if I didn't teach it. So that's one of the other benefits of teaching it, too.
And Dan, I've been sharing it with Dan, prime example.
Right.
He's dug up every worksheet form, what am I trying to say, the style,
the different style worksheets.
All the different ones. He's coming up once. He's photographing them out of the book and printing them off and working with this one and that one. And I was like, and I wouldn't have got into that back to that level. But seeing him do it, it's like, oh yeah. And then he's got a fresh idea. He brings fresh energy and fresh input into it, which helps me to get better.
Cool. Do you know if he's going to join us for Still Point next weekend? I know we had talked about it at one point, wanting to join us.
Yeah, I'm going to put it out to him so he'll have a little advance notice. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, that'd be cool if he did. Yeah. Sweet. Awesome. All right. Well, I for one, really appreciate that the 2 years that you spent at Heartland and what you inspired and guided and got accomplished on the property was awesome in upgrading so much of Heartland. That the work you did on the teaching center with moving and putting those new restrooms in, and just all of it, and that roof on. One of the things I appreciate most, Terry, is that when your time was completed at Heartland and you were ready to go, that there was a roof being done and you just hung out till you finished it. And I've appreciated that about you many times, that you made that contribution.
I got so much out of that because all my resistance was up. All of it.
Oh dear.
And walking through that with a mental battle going on, literally. Okay, you're just gonna, and the whole dynamic there. But man, just accomplishing that one thing shifted so much.
Yeah. Well,
there was so much in it.
Appreciation, yes. Appreciation, and I appreciate that Go ahead.
I was just saying, yeah, the piece that we developed out there and worked on together about agreements and how to structure those and work with those and the impacts of that and making agreements and the regulatory, all of it just came together with that one culminating experience for me.
Awesome. Well, the other thing I was starting to say that I'm really appreciating is that you've decided to pull out the tools again on another level and have set up a regular support group for people to come to your home and learn the work. I mean, that's just monumental. So, mucho gusto.
Well, it's always been there. I've always offered and introduced it. Now it's just the next step. It's a little more formal, and there's a commitment there. A deeper commitment.
Right. Yeah. Cool. All right, sir. Well, any other thoughts?
Beautiful day. That's the thought that came up. I'm going to shut up and let you tell us a little bit, give us a little wind-up summary here today.
Okay, sir. We'll do it. Yeah, we're down to about 3 minutes, so I'll just say that we appreciate everybody joining us. To me, the process of recognizing that whatever your mind is outputting, it is a reflection of generations and generations and generations of habit. That's why they had that story about the people who got lost in the desert for 40 years. And the way to get free of those generational patterns, those unconscious dynamics, is to kick in, put the pen to the paper, and do the work. If one doesn't do the work, those things just don't change. They're patterns. They have this feature called inertia. They're going to keep happening until you say enough is enough, and put the pen to the paper and do the work. And when you do, whatever the reality structure is, when you engage in collapsing it sufficiently, you'll be free of it. That's all. And that scriptural quote that warns us to recognize where the patterns come from. Look to the lives of the fathers and of course not just the fathers, but the parents, the fathers and the mothers, for ours are but a shadow of theirs upon the earth. And those generational patterns need to be faced and need to be changed. And so put the pen to paper and go for it. Any thoughts for you, Miss Jeannie, to close it out?
No, that's good. And we're down to less than 2 minutes. So.
All right. Well, we'll just say thank you, everybody, for joining us. Create the best year yet of your eternal life. It's an awesome gift to give the world. And if you would, hold the space for us over the period of the next week as we go and play with our newest granddaughter and son and daughter-in-law. We're just going to take some vacation time and appreciate everybody's support. And have the best year yet of your eternal life. It's an awesome gift to give the world.